Yeah, I had started with the sleepless night of the narcissist. Why they stay up all night. I started about I started talking about how to plot your demise while they're sitting up. Yep. How the worries about what they have done to others. Yep. hmm I started saying those things and more. But what I didn't touch on is what they do when they're sitting up at night. What they do. I say it again. What do these non-entities do, or what do these vampires do? What does have sleepless night? Why they sit up at night? What do they do? What are they doing? Why they sitting there 3 to 4 hours every night? If it's not every night, maybe most of the nights they will sit up and they'll just sit there. I want to tell you that these entities, these demonic entities, these vampires, what they do when they sit up at night, when they have sleepless night, of course they're worrying, of course they're plotting, of course they're scheming, of course they're doing a lot of stuff while they're sitting up. And some of the stuff they do is weird. You and I will not be able to do those things because we need our rights tonight. Because we know we have things going on with our lives. We know God has put here for a purpose to accomplish His mission. So we need our rest. And besides, we have nothing to worry about, because if you have something, worries mostly will keep you up at night. Worries mostly will do things to you, but most of the time we're not worried about nothing. We're just there at night. We sleep. We have our good sleep while they're sitting up. So some of the things that they do when they're sitting up at night is this this diabolical female, this narcissistic female will consume all kinds of stuff. I used to wonder why. They'll drink coffee upon coffee. They will chew ginger. If you ever seen the ginger, the raw one, the ginger, not the one in the can that you buy, the one that you go in the supermarket, the raw ones. You should buy that and she'll start chewing on it, just the raw one. She will put all kinds of stuff in her body. If she's not drinking coffee, she's drinking tea. If she's not drinking tea, she's drinking some kind of liquid that I've never seen. It's nameless stuff. And I used to wonder, before even I woke and I used to wonder, what is going on? Why all this substance that you put in the body? What's this doing for you? Come to think of it today, I think they're running away from something. They're running away from something because eventually they know that they're coming to their demise. Eventually they know that they're coming to something, that something's after them. So the way that to make themselves feel free of this worry is to put stuff in their system. This lady will drink coffee upon coffee. This lady will drink tea upon tea. This drink green tea, yellow tea, all kinds of tea. This lady will drink herbal tea, whatever. All kinds of stuff in her body. Now, there's people that do this thing on a normal basis. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a reason behind these things when we do them sometimes. And we don't continue to do them. But the narcissist insists that they do this every night. First thing, when she gets up at 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. in the morning, to go straight to the coffee pot and make coffee and then take coffee and go sit down. What are you doing? And so this went on night after night. So I'm telling you what they do when they're sitting up at night. They're drinking coffee, they're taking tea, hot tea, green tea, blue tea, whatever you call them, and herbal tea, chewing ginger or cola nuts, bitter cola, all kinds of stuff. Why? Then they have smoothie. Then it makes smooth. Oh my God. It just went on and on, on and on, on and on, on and on. Why? Why is this going on? I used to ask myself, what is this person trying to prove? What are you trying to do? So this went on and on, day and night. There was no rest in her. And then in the morning, she'll go and open her shop up, and then she'll sit there. She was just sitting down there sleeping on her head. Sometimes I'll walk in the shower, see her sleeping on her head. There was no rest. There was no peace. There was no genuine joy. You couldn't find it. Genuine joy, happiness, and say, you know what? I'm happy for someone because they've done something right. I'm happy for someone because they're moving up in their life. I'm happy for my children because they're doing right. I'm happy for my children. This lady didn't even like her own daughter. Her own daughter, they couldn't get along. She will not become better than her own daughter. Now, I've never seen someone who gave birth to a child, wants to be better than that child. It's the other way around. You want your child to be better than you. And so this is what went on. Either she's complaining about her child, or she's complaining about someone that has nothing to do with her life. There was no rest in her life. It went on day and night, day in and day out. It went out, on and on. I used to think to myself, I said, wow, if this is the kind of life that God wants us to live on this earth, then I don't want to be part of it. But before I met this woman, this young lady, before I met her, my joy, my spirit was high. I could say maybe I had a narcissistic friend, but I was still, because at the end of the day, I'll come to my house, I'll live, and I'll be happy. I wasn't competing with anybody, and I was not trying to compete with anybody. Whatever I had I'm glad. I was content with it. But these people, these narcissistic people, when you meet them, they're never content. You can give them the whole world, they'll end up saying you didn't give them nothing. You give them everything, they'll end up saying you never did anything for them. They're never content. They're never satisfied with their life. They're always looking out to someone else's life. They want to be like someone else. Now, that is just completely, on the other hand, it's completely, like false. You can't live someone else's life. You don't know what that person has done in their life to be where they are. You can't live someone else's life. That is completely false. You end up hurting yourself. And that's what the narcissist, this female, has done for her. Not even realizing what she was doing. She would drink all kinds of herbal tea. Sometimes I'll open the chest. I'll open the drawers in the kitchen. I'll open the cabinet in the kitchen. I'll look in there. One whole cabinet will be full of all kinds of teas, all kinds of herbal teas. And I don't drink those things. I mean, she would tell me if I want to. I said no, because that's not what I was interested in. That's not who I am. So when some of the channels on the social media, once they said people use their hand, narcissist people use their own hand to destroy themselves. That's what it is. All kind of weight losing thing, all kinds of color changing stuff. He wants to change your color. All kinds of cream, all kinds of lotion, all kinds of weight losing item, but still, she was still overweight. Because that's not what God wants for you. So you're looking at a quick way out instead of going and doing physical labor. And one thing about this narcissist, she never wanted to work for anybody else. Since I met this narcissist, she worked, the first time I met her, then when I met this narcissist, she worked for someone, but not for long. And then she said she wanted to work for herself. And this is what it, because I got ego. And where she was working, she had an argument with her boss. Everywhere she ever worked at, as far as I can remember, when she came in my life, everywhere she always ended up arguing with the boss. And so they can never work for someone for a long time because their ego is very high, because they think that they think they're better than everybody else. They think they're better than everyone else. So they can never work for anybody. So you see some of them, most of them you see, they have their own businesses, but even that business is not thriving. It's not thriving because the business that they have, they didn't get it in the right way. So most of them, they'll put businesses down, but the business that is not thriving. The business will be like a cover-up for their scheming, that scam that they're going around scamming people. That's what the business will be all for. Because when you ask them what you do, I have a business, but that business is not thriving. That business cannot even support them. You see what I'm saying? That business cannot even give them anything to eat. So they have a business because of the namesake of business. That's why they have it. But that business to cover up their wickedness. So the narcissist would do everything to her body. Everything. Everything. She also looking for validation from people. Either she one of the thing about me, I don't know if just maybe just the Lord has made me, but this is how it just made me. But one of the thing about me, I only give validation where validation belongs. I only give validation when I know it's true. I don't give validation when I know it's false. So I don't give validation to lies. I give validation to truth. So most of the time she'll look for validation from me, but she never got it. She got it from her children. I had 2 boys in the house. She'll run to them to get validation because she knows she cannot get it from me. And that's how she get her high on. And that's how she stayed high. She stayed high. Even up to today, she lived with those 2 boys. She took the 2 boys. She lived with them. Because I can say they don't live with her because they're the one that doing everything for her now. Because she can't get anything out of me. And so this is what she lived. This is how she lived. From person to person. Validation. Even if it's forced, they want it. A narcissist, even if it's forced validation, they want it. If the validation is forced, they want it. If it's true, they want it. They don't want it. They just want you to say it looks good. They want to say that's right. That's what they want. Even if it's lies. And she didn't give that for me because I'm the type of person, or how God has made me, I only tell you the truth when I know it's true. So empath, you see, this is what they do with their narcissists. They destroy themselves. This is what they do to their own body. They put all kinds of chemical in their body. I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to get validation from others because they're trying to do something. But they could put all kinds of chemical in your bodies when they sit up at night with those 4 hours. And sometimes, most of the time, we're sleeping. Me and my children are sleeping. They're doing all kinds of stuff in the kitchen. You can hear them moving. So they put all kinds of stuff in their body. So at the end of the day, they get all kinds of sicknesses, and they were wondering why this happened to me. But first of all, look at your actions. You never looked out for good or for other people. You never look out for the good of other people. And every time someone else, or something good came out of someone, you will think it's bad. And then you'll start to project your ways on others. They think because the way you act, that's the way other people act. That's projection. So you start to complain about other people to others so you can look good. And this is what they do. They're very good at it. They're very good at it. They've done it all their life. So that's all they know how to do. They came from a family that knows how to do it too. So that's all they know. They taught them how to do it, and they do it wrong, right? But what they don't know is that there will come a day that all the stuff they have done to people, they'll have to answer to it. They will not physically come to you and apologize, say, you know what, I'm sorry for whatever I've put you through. They will not come to you and tell you that. They will never. Because their ego. Because of their ego. So they'll suffer in silence. So you see, this is what we're dealing with. This is what they do at night when they sit up. All kinds of stuff. There's more on this. I'll be bringing you more video. If you like this video and you want to hear more, or you want me to bring you more content, you know, hit the like button. I'm not here for people's validation. If you want, you like. If you don't want, that's okay to you, you know. And share. And the reason why you share it is the other people that are living in this darkness, this dark age, I call it. The reason why you're sharing is for those people to hear what's going on, and then take a look at their own lives. If there's anything similar to what I've said is going on in their life, they'll be moved to make some changes, so that it won't be too late. Because these people, can cause your early death. Okay, so I say that I'll bring you another video. We're gonna be doing more video. All right, I'll stop here. Be blessed. Thank you.